أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والسور يا سيدنا شعب الله الدرستاني وإن شاء الله نصر الحقاني أمدونا من رباني من عند الله عز وجل أمدونا من محمد وعند رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يا رب تعالى مفتوح العافية تفتح قلوبنا يا ربنا يا الله. دي محطة من مولانا شعب الله الدرستاني خلف مولانا شعب الله الدرستاني خلف مولانا شيخ ناصر بقلب محمد وعند رسول الله فتح رباني من عندك يا رب. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر لله الحمد أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم ثم الفاتحة الصلاة والسلام عليك يا من أرسله الله تعالى رحمة للعالمين صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين إخوانك من الأنبياء والمرسلين والأولياء الصالحين والحمد لله رب العالمين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. دستور يا سيدنا السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. All believers, أيها المؤمنون, whom they are listening. If you are listening, most welcome. If you are not listening, also most welcome. Allah bless all of you and protect all of you all over the world. And the first thing is to know that the teaching of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim, Grand Sheikh, Awliyaullah, the teaching of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and divinely got the teaching from the divine ocean of knowledge from Allah Almighty. And so keep listening to them, don't listen to me. Only I am translating what coming through my heart as reflecting from the oceans as the waves and translating to me and to you. As you are listening, I am listening the same. And we are in also a holy meeting again under the flag of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Grand Sheikh Mawlana Sheikh Nazim and all Grand Sheikhs, Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiyallahu anhu, Sayyidina Shahid Mawdan, Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu anhu, Mawlana Sahib al-Zaman. And we start by Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And we will first coming to my heart from the heart, from reflecting. I cannot take from the heart. I'm not in this rank. But coming as a reflection to my heart from the lights of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim and Grand Sheikh channels. That to start by Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. يا سيد السادات ونور الموجودات يا من هو الملجأ والمسا ضيم وغم وألم يا أقرب الوسائل إلى الله سبحانه وتعالى ويا أقرب المستند نتوسل إلى جنابك الأعظم بهذه السادات وأهل الله وأهل بيتك الكرام لك ضر لا يفعل لواسطتك وكذيم لا يفعل بدلالتك سيد لا يا سيدي يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يا نبي المحترم يا نبي الله النبي سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم صديق سلمان قاسم جعفر طيفور أبو الحسن أبو علي يوسف أبو العباس عبد الخالق عارف محمود علي محمد بابا السماس سيد أمير كلالي خواجة بهاء الدين نقشبندي علاء الدين يعقوب عبيد الله محمد زاهد درويش محمد خواجة الأمكنكي محمد الباقي أحمد الفاروقي محمد معصوم سيف الدين نور محمد حبيب الله عبد الله الشيخ خالد شيخ إسماعيل خاص محمد شيخ محمد أفندي اليراغي سيد جمال الدين الغمقي الحسين أبو أحمد الثغوري أبو محمد المدني سيدنا شيخ شرف الدين الدرستاني القرار سيدنا مولانا طبيب قلوبنا حياة وجودنا وحياة روحنا شيخنا شيخ عبد الله الفاز الدرستاني شيخ وخليفته شيخنا شيخ محمد ناظم الحقاني وخليفته شيخنا شيخ محمد عادل أعلى الله تعالى درجاتهم دائما مدنا مددهم نفعنا بركات أنفاسهم القدسية. That to be no confuse or anyone confusing or entering into his heart anything after the pass away of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim, that the successor and the Khalif of the Naqshbandi way of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim is Sheikh Muhammad Adil, the son of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim. And he is now to continue the line of his father, of Grand Sheikhs of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim, to either reaching the appearance of Sahib al-Zaman, Sayyidina al-Mahdi alayhi salam, or if anything happened and passed away, he will be at that, I will not be there at that time, but he will be coming to him to whom to appoint as a successor for him. And for this, no one to be confusing, and no one to say so and so, or to claim that he is a successor. Can everyone claim that he is a deputy, a senior murid, a khalif, as he like, is okay. Because Mawlana Sheikh Nazim, he used these things to all his murids and read them. That once he told me, I don't have any more murids. I am the murid, and all whom they are used to be my murid, they are now khalif or successor or deputies, all of them, they are the sheikhs, and I am the murid. And for this, they can use any title, and every one of them, he can put any title he likes. It is easy. You can go to the free market and you can buy stars, anything, put on your shoulder. Also, you can make a general, officer, commander, anything you like, you can do. No one will tell you, no, don't do. But really, it is Sheikh Muhammad Adil, son of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim. He is the successor, and we renew our bay'ah with him, and we accept him after Mawlana Sheikh Nazim, to be clear. And so, best for everyone else to keep his border from Mawlana Sheikh Nazim, from Grand Sheikh, from all Grand Sheikhs, from Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and in the divine presence of Allah Almighty, to accept. If he wants the Naqshbandi way, but if someone doesn't want, it's something else. I am speaking only for the ones whom they like to be continuing the Naqshbandi way, but for the one whom they want to change, they can do whatever they want. Allah giving free will for the one to follow for mazhab, or to, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam giving also free will, and everyone is free to choose any way from the 40 ways, either from Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq or Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anh, or to have faith or believe in any awliya. There is plenty of awliya all over the earth, but the real awliya, this all claimed awliya. The real awliya, not the awliya whom they show miracles, they are the saints. Also Satan has plenty of miracles, and Allah blessed him to have so plenty of miracles. He can enter into fire, he can step on water, he can fly, even he has the power to enter in the veins of children of Adam to reach to their hearts. In the meantime, as he is one Satan, one Iblis, but he can enter in all these billions of children of Adam alayhi salam. By this power Allah gave him. Also he has miracles. And not miracles will be the balance that this is a saint or awliya or not. But the consideration that whom Allah Almighty choose him, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he will be crowned by them and by all grand sheikhs and by the imams of the Sufi way, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anh, and Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anh. This is the important, because really there is 124,000 awliya all over the globe, but all they are hidden. Rasulullah hiding them nowadays, because now it is the time of the appearance of all the signs of the Armageddon, or the slaughtering, and all these mass all over the world, which is the signing for the appearance of Sahib al-Zaman and the descending of Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam, and for the occurring of the day of judgment. And for this, now this is the time for it. And Mawlana Sheikh Nazim, Qaddasallahu Sirruh, Sultan of Awliya, even Mawlana Sheikh Nazim, he didn't give himself any title, even Sultan of Awliya only. We did give this title to him as a murid. He used to say for Grand Sheikh, Sultan of Awliya or Sayyid of Awliya, and for himself he doesn't use except that he is the servant of the nation of Rasulullah and the Naqshbandi way. He used to like always to be in servanthood than to be titles in front of his name. But the lovers of the murids, and especially the seniors and the deputies, They gave titles, and they say, I don't want titles, I want titles from Allah Almighty, from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to come, not from people to give the titles. Easy to give titles to each other, but difficult to get titles from Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, Qaddasallahu Sirruh, as the will of Grand Shaykh, as the will of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, even was appointed plenty of successors and Khalif. But before he passed away, Mawlana Shaykh Nazim was informed to choose his successor to be his son, Shaykh Muhammad Adil. And he appointed him, and he dressed him this title from Allah Almighty, from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, and all grand sheikhs to sign, so that Mawlana Shaykh Nazim signed for him to be the successor and the Shaykh of Naqshbandi way. Mawlana Shaykh Nazim was like an atomic power, spreading the Islam, the light of Islam, the light of Naqshbandi way, in all over the hearts, all over the world, as Grand Shaykh, to Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, to Sayyidina Ali and all his inheritance. Like this, and now it is a time for reset. And for this Mawlana choose for all the murids, because more than 70 years and Grand Shaykh Mawlana Shaykh Nazim teaching us all kind of how to find ourselves, how to find Allah Almighty, how to find Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how to read the spirituality of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Sahaba and Awliya. They gave all these tools, and they dress everyone by all means of supportation and madad and all means of powers to reach. But every one of us was following his sexual desires and his vanity and his satanic word and his ego, and to be something. And Mawlana, all his teaching used to be Mawlana Shaykh Nazim Qaddasallahu Sirruh, be zero, be nothing, then you will be everything. Look, all the prophets, they choose to be, most 99% of them, or more than 99%, only few of them, they choose to be kings with the prophecy. But all the rest, they choose to be in servanthood, to be servants to Allah Almighty, not more. They don't want any title. Even Allah dressing them and crowning them, and Rasulullah sealed of Prophet by light of prophecy, and the Sahaba crowned by the light of companion of Rasulullah, Siddiq by Siddiq, and Sayyidina Ali by the door of divinely knowledge, even though they used to say, we are nothing. We are only, we need the forgiveness of Allah Almighty, we need to repent in every moment, we are nothing, because we want only to make Allah Almighty and sealed of Prophet pleased from us. And for this they used to be the Imams of Taqwa, of obeying Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And like this, all grand sheikhs from both sides of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq and Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anh, this teaching of them to all their murids. But the problem not in them, but the problem in the murids, because the murids just yesterday they enter, make bay'ah with the sheikh, next day they want to be the sheikh. And for this, they want to catch anyone to tell him, follow me, follow. Then now, it is a bit confusing whom to follow. Now, like in time of Sayyidina Khalid al-Baghdadi, Qaddasallahu Sirruh, Naqshbandi, he gave the secret, the successor for one, Shaykh Ismail, while he has 300 Khalif, and all of them big muftis, big ulama, scholars at that time. All these 300, they were not able to be humble enough to accept Sayyidina Shaykh Ismail, and everyone, he make his own chain, and they changed the Naqshbandi way, the name of it, from the Naqshbandiya Aliyya way to the Naqshbandiya Khalidiyya, so that to differentiate themselves from Sayyidina Shaykh Ismail, who kept it, Naqshbandiya Aliyya, and like this came to Mawlana Shaykh Nazim Qaddasallahu Sirruh from a grand Shaykh, coming to Sheikh Muhammad Adil, son of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim, like this, and we accept and we obey and we renew our bay'ah and we accept him. Then everyone now jumping here, there, everyone wants to show that he knows very good, especially the ones around them, and especially the ones whom they are around the holy family of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim in both parties. Both parties, they are family of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim. But to campaign, and for this there are big conflict between them. And this conflict is reflecting badly on all of us. And for this Mawlana Sheikh Nazim was ordered to put as a successor his son Sheikh Muhammad Adil, to whatever he built up, whatever he was like atomic shining power, spreading the Naqshbandi way and Islam and the power of reality of Naqshbandi way and Islam and faith all over the hearts of the world. Now we want to put them in these signs of appearance of Sayyidina al-Mahdi alayhi salam, Sahibul Zaman, and Sayyidina Isa, and these big events to be like in a reset. And so he chose the most humble one, the most polite one, the most calm one, and the most respectful one to all, Sheikh Muhammad, his son. He has all these characters in him, and his son, and from the blood of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim. And for this Mawlana appointing him by the order of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and all grandchildren, and by the will of Allah Almighty. So there is no any doubts about that. And the one who like to follow, most welcome. The one who like not to follow, let him not follow, but don't make a problem. Don't make fighting between each other. Why this fighting in the time while all the people attacking the Islamic beliefs and faith as something Islam is very fearful or something so harming humanity, while Islam is the religion of Allah Almighty and the meaning of Islam is peace and submitting yourself to Allah Almighty, but they changing these meanings and these beliefs to make the Islamic world as if he is the worst between all the humankind, while the misguided party like Shia, like Rafidi, like Safawi, like Wahhabi, like Salafi, like Daeshi, like this, like that, they are the real Muslim. Or the Muslim brothers, or this or that, they are the real one. All these misguided parties, now they want to work with them and to replace them by the moderate Muslims and by the Islamic beliefs, and they are graduating all these new coming scholars from their universities to be either Wahhabi Salafi or to be their ideas. Even they bring for you hadith or ayat, but all depending on misguided understanding. And the ones who they have the real understanding of following awliyaullah, now they are the ones whom they are fighting each other all over the world. They are the one whom they have, all of them, one shaykh. All of them they have one way. All of them they have one prophet, sealed of prophets. All of them they have Allah Almighty. There is no God other than Allah Almighty. They know this even though they are replacing themselves beside Allah Almighty, beside Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, beside Organ Shaykh, beside Mawlana Shaykh, and they want to say, we are, I am. And they are fighting and fighting and fighting. And so everyone related to one campaign is fighting with the other. And no one to stop them except a power from Mawlana Sheikh Nazim or Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam or Allah Almighty to send something to stop this fighting. Otherwise it's going to reflect so badly all over the Murids. I am speaking for the Murids of Mawlana Nazim, not for the others. Muslims, I have nothing to do with them. Everyone, he has his free will and his own beliefs. Let him have as he like. Allah gives free will to everyone. But for these whom they say, my Sheikh is Mawlana Sheikh Nazim. Now they want to differentiate themselves in all countries by fighting the teaching of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim, by fighting the teaching of Grand Sheikh, by fighting the teaching of all Grand Sheikhs, bringing new teachings, and to be well known, if they want to keep Naqshbandiyya Aliyya, this name for example, and they don't put titles in front of their names, then they are obligatory for them to accept and to follow Sheikh Muhammad. But they don't want. What I will do for them, I cannot. Mawlana didn't tell me or authorized me to fight people. No, I cannot. If Mawlana authorized me and ordered me, I will do by spiritual power. But he didn't say. He said, leave them as they are. So I left. I am not interfering, but I am advising only. This is advice. So don't use the name of Naqshbandi way, Mawlana Sheikh Nazim name, and not obeying his orders and not obeying his teaching by the successor he appoint. We must all say سمعنا وأطعنا وأنا وصدقنا and renew our bay'ah, that we are continuing. We want to continue this line of Naqshbandi Aliyya way. So we are following also Sheikh Muhammad, even we are so old, even we are from the generation of Grand Sheikh, and with Mawlana Sheikh Nazim also, and we didn't say anything not obeying, we are obeying. But some, they don't want, and so they want to differentiate themselves, and now by the fighting, they start by fighting. Then when they saw that this fighting by the name of Naqshbandiyya Aliyya, they found that meaningless, because if Naqshbandiyya Aliyya, then they must follow Sheikh Muhammad, because Mawlana appointed the successor, finished. They start to make like the deputies of Sayyidina Khalid al-Baghdadi and Khalif of Sayyidina Khalid al-Baghdadi and Naqshband, to change the name from Naqshbandiyya Aliyya to Naqshbandiyya Khalidiyya. Or like the Maurice of Sayyidina Ahmad al-Faruqi, the renewal of the second millennium, of the first millennium, for the second millennium, and he was following the Naqshbandiyya al-Aliyya, and he was the Imam of 40 ways also. But he was teaching and practicing his Maurice on Naqshbandiyya Aliyya, and he didn't change his Maurice. The one whom they didn't accept, his son Muhammad Masoom, as a successor, they changed the name so that they, after fighting, of course, between these two campaigns, but it was not one family. Now the problem is one family. They are fighting, and so they changed the name to Al-Naqshbandiyya Al-Mujaddidiyya, or Al-Naqshbandiyya Faruqiyya, or Tariqat Al-Ahmadiyya. They make plenty of names. And in the time of Sayyidina Khalid, Al-Naqshbandi also, they change it. Instead of Al-Naqshbandiyya Al-Aliyya, they make it Naqshbandiyya Al-Khalidiyya, while Sayyidina Shaykh Ismail, their successor, even he lived only 17 days after Sayyidina Shaykh Khalid, he kept it and he gave it to Sayyidina Khas Muhammad at Dagestan. And it went to Bukhara, to Dagestan, until Grand Sheikh bring it back to Damascus, and now waiting for the successor, Mawlana Sheikh Nazim from Cyprus, and he was immigrating to come to search for him and to take bay'ah with him and to stay with him more than 45 years in serving him by all means, and Grand Sheikh also make him to get married, to have also these children, Allah giving him all by the order of Grand Sheikh, and he didn't one day disobey anything. And so after Grand Sheikh passed away, the same happened. At that time, there was thousands of murids. Between these thousands of murids, there was more than 10, 15 deputies and khalifs for Grand Sheikh appointed here and there. Eh? 10, they accept and follow Mawlana Sheikh Nazim of them. And all the others, they say, no, we are the Khalif. And they didn't change the name, but they didn't follow, and everyone made his own way of Naqshbandiya Aliyah by taking a different way and never accepting Mawlana Sheikh Nazim. Mawlana Sheikh Nazim stayed several years until he saw that the Arab people not so interested. They are full up with Islam and Sufism and like this. So he said, better as my Shaykh ordered me to search for the light of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu, and for all the Ahlul Bayt and for all the descendants of the Sahaba whom they are spread all over the world, and this light reached to them to bring them back to Islam and to the Naqshbandi way, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu. And he was, mashallah, like an atomic power, catching all these people, bringing them to Islam, bringing them back to Islam and Naqshbandi way, only by looking at his face, loving him and following. And he was giving teaching and practicing that anyone do, not by all of it. Even if the one take less than one of a 99.99% of it to do by it, now he will be flying. Heavenly wings will be supported to him, and he is in the high maqams that he will give himself a title in front of his name, that he is a servant of Allah, that he is nothing, that he is a zero, that he is below zero even, that he is worse than Satan, than Fir'aun, than all this, because he knows that his ego is much more worse than the egos of these Satan and Fir'aun and all these. If he given power like them, he will be much more worse than them. And this not from me, it is in the Holy Quran. Even a prophet, and a very important prophet, 313, prophet, messenger of Allah Almighty, what he said? Allah Almighty saying, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the Holy Quran, Sayyidina Yusuf or Joseph alayhi salam, he said, وَمَا أُبَرِّئُ نَفْسِي إِنَّ النَّفْسَ لَأَمَّارَةٌ بِالسُّوءِ. I am not sanctifying or purifying my self, because myself, even I am a prophet and the messenger of Allah, but myself always ordering to do bad things and to be following Satan instead to follow Allah Almighty. But I fought myself, I changed it, and I make it to be Muslim to Allah, submitting to Allah Almighty, and I make my ego, myself, my satanic world to be under my feet, and only the lights of the word of Allah Almighty and sealed of Prophet to be shining in me. And like this, everyone of children of Adam alayhi salam is invited, even by catching so as if nothing from the teaching of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim, he will reach to have no titles except to see himself the worst. But no one accepted. Instead, to once Mawlana Sheikh Nazim, he told me, people coming, after he was spreading all this teaching, and when he was no more traveling, sitting in the house in his darga zawiya, he told me, all my life I spent it, so few whom they ask me, we want to find Allah Almighty, we want to find Rasulullah, and I teach them, told them, first find yourself, then you find Allah Almighty. Man arifa nafsah faqad arifa rabbah. The one who finds himself, he knows about himself, then Allah will open for him to know about the divine knowledge and the divine spirituality of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Instead of this, they come to me, read for us, we have a problem, give us money, give me a azima, or this, what they put it as a triangle, for protection, pray for me, and they No one asking me that they want to find themselves, reach to Allah Almighty Rasulullah. And I am doing as they like, the most important, so that to come to me, to put for them some perfumes, at least in the day of judgment, when they will be in the divine presence of Allah Almighty and Rasulullah, nice smell coming from them, instead of the smelly smell of Satan and their evils. For this I am patient now. And the one who follow my advices and my teaching, he will reach to be dressed by heavenly wings, to fly in heavens, to reach to all the oceans and the ranks, from divinely world of names to divinely ones of attributes, godly ones of attributes, to the divinely world of La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to the oneness of Allah Almighty. And for the ones whom they have chosen by Allah Almighty, they will be able also, by the guidance of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, He will take them from me. When I make them to reach to the oneness of Allah Almighty, He will take them and make them to be ascending to the ocean of uniqueness and to be under the lights of the divine, the lights of the divine, the essence of Allah Almighty. But no one asked me. But I am following. Instead, He asked them to follow me, I am following, to bring them. Even if I follow them 99 steps, if they follow me one step, I carry them. And like this, mawlana give all what everyone needs in whom choose to be as a in his way, the Naqshbandi Aliyah. And now they change also to differentiate themselves and to complete this fighting by big explosion. They change the name. They say we want to appreciate our Shaykh. We want to make his name so well shining and so well appearing. We are going to change the name from Tariq al-Naqshbandiyya al-Aliyya to Foundation of Naqshbandi Nazmiya. And now they are filling all the world, choosing new deputies for them, whom they following them, and they have millions of murids. And they are opening everywhere centers, facing the centers of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim Qaddasallahu Sirruhu all over the world, and in every country fighting each other, in every city fighting each other, making all the misguided party and the ulama and the scholar to criticize and to attack us. We say, as you like, you are all holy family of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, not with them. But at the end, cannot be like this continuing, must an end come to it by both of them to sit together and to reach to an agreement between each other to keep the Naqshbandiyya Aliyya this way, and to keep all the murids not to be reflecting their conflict and their jealousy on their hearts between each other, and to bring them back to the right way of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim. And this cannot done by me. Only one can stand and do it. And I am telling him, advising him only. I cannot also advise him. He is the Shaykh. I am saying my point of view, my opinion about this, that only the successor of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, Shaykh Muhammad Adil, the Shaykh of Naqshbandi way, successor of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim nowadays, he must stand up and to put an end for all this conflict between the campaign of his this party and the other party, and to say, both of you stop, both of you must follow me, to follow Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, or both of you say, we don't want to be following Mawlana Shaykh Nazim. If they don't want to follow Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, then he has nothing to do with them. But if they want to follow, they must reach an agreement and to be again one family and to be again surviving the Naqshbandi Aliyah way in the hearts of all the Muris all over the world, and to bring them to the line of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim. And they must thank Allah Almighty and Rasulullah that they are, Mawlana appointed for them a successor so humble, so polite, and so calm, that even he is so, he doesn't know what to do between this is precious for him, this campaign, because of his family, and the other party also, his family, they are precious for him. He doesn't want to interfere between them, but this is coming in between the house of the Murid, that they are now attacking each other and changing names and opening centers. It will come a time that all the deputies appointed by Mawlana Shaykh Nazim or Shaykh Muhammad Adil, they will run away, they will leave also, because all of them, they come for peace and calmness and divine knowledge and opening. They didn't come for war or fighting. And the other, they are going now to kill each other. Not only they are going to end it by fighting only by words, but they are going to kill each other, to use weapons against each other, to have bodyguards both sides, and everyone, I am or no one. And like this, the best is to stop all this war, otherwise all of you, not Sheikh Muhammad, but all the other, all of them, they will be totally loser. Sheikh Muhammad doesn't care, because already appointed by Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, Grand Sheikhs, and Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So even he follow him 1, 10, 100, 1,000, million, he will have his own line to bring them to Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, to his father. And for this, everyone be careful, and all these centers to be united. I'm not saying to close it, but to be united under the name of Naqshbandiyya Aliyah, under the name of the flag of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq and Sayyidina Ali and Granshi and Mawlana Shaykh Nazim Qaddas Allah Sirruh and Shaykh Muhammad Adil, the successor of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, and to be respecting each other and to love each other, especially to love the family of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim. Even this or that, they must love everyone of the family as they love Mawlana Shaykh Nazim. Otherwise, Allah is going to question them, and Allah Almighty will not leave them like this, but then He will send punishment over them. So be careful. I am only advising myself, and the one who is listening, most welcome. This coming to me from Mawlana Shaykh Nazim now, because it is too much now, too much in the world, between the two campaigns and the change of the names and all these false teachings, and especially all these kinds of, instead of using only drums or duff or like this, they are using all kinds of musical instrument, and now they are replacing, instead of the Khatm al-Khaja Khan and the zikr of the Sufi ways and Naqshbandi ways, which must be in all mean of khushu' and all mean of concentration and focusing, and to see that you are in the presence of Allah Almighty, the presence of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and all grand sheikhs and awliya, and to be very calm. They are instead choosing this hadra, and instead to make it according to the Sharia way, they are using it as a dancing now, as dancers. As they are dancing in the nightclubs or in the discotheque, and like this. This is now like this coming, some of them. And the other party, another kind. Only I saw once Shaykh Muhammad, the successor of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, the Shaykh of Naqshbandi, he is making a hadra in Germany perhaps, with German Shaykh Hassan, deputy of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim. Very nice. It was totally according to Sharia. It was so khushu' in it, so calmness in it, so humbleness in it, and also no dancing, nothing. making their body to slowly make zikr of Allah Almighty, and as Allah like and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Grand Shaykh and Mawlana Shaykh Nazim. And the best from all these hadra is the Khatm al-Khawaja Khan, the zikr. This is the obligatory one which we do it the Thursday Eve of Friday by sitting down and by concentrating and looking to see that we are under the divine presence of Allah Almighty, the divine presence of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu, Sayyidina Ali radiallahu, Sahibul Zaman, Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, Grand Shaykh and all Grand Shaykhs and Awliyaullah looking at us, and by this calmness and concentration and focusing on our heart to be well connected with them, this can benefit you and make you to be upgraded to the higher ranks in the divine presence of Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Other than this, it will be all as if fact, like plastic fruits. There is real fruits Allah created, and there is these plastic factory fruits. It looks the same like each other, but this plastic you cannot eat it, and this is godly created, and it is good for your health and your body. And the provision for children of Adam alayhi salam and all creation, Allah made it to be only by Himself to be created. He didn't give it to anyone to make the food and provision of the people from their hand. So when now the technology making everything from either the fuel or petrol or this technology or that technology, and all these kind of keys and all they are making, it brings the people to have cancers, to have Ebola, to have all these viruses, and to have short life, and to have sickness, and to be suffering. But the ones who are living as a vegetarian, without fertilizer, and as the ones who are eating only what Allah Almighty creating and giving them in every season, not eating the fruits of winter in summer, or summer in winter, or spring in winter, or fall in summer. They used to keep, Mawlana say, every season by the season, never using all these chemicals or fertilizer, the organic food, keeping as Allah created it. This keep the body not poisoned, no cancer, no sickness, no suffering. Even you will not have a migraine or headache. But this all kind of these fertilizers and chemicals and all this artificial food and all this smoking and all this, what they call it, nargila, and all these kinds of which Allah Almighty say, I hate it, and Rasulullah say, I hate it, and something Allah He hate, and Rasulullah, which means makruh, you will say is okay, we will do it. Allah saying I hate, and Rasulullah saying I hate, and Allah saying the one who smoke or nargila, I will not make his tongue to say the shahada when he's passing away. And as he put this fire in his mouth, I will make him to put fire of hell in his mouth in the day of judgment. Like this. And Allah say, all bad thing for you, mankind, is forbidden. وَحُرِّمَتْ عَلَيْكُمُ الْخَبَائِثِ. Anyone will eat his waste, what coming from his body, from waste or urine. Anyone will eat it. How you are eating things which Allah Almighty say, I hate it. And Rasulullah say, I hate it. And the Sharia say, we hate it. But we are not saying that forbidden, because this is sickness. The sickness of the nation of Rasulullah at the end, this. And for this Rasulullah, He is the most merciful for all. He say, I hate it. So things which Allah hate and Rasulullah hate, you must hate also. Don't approach it better. And for this now, you will see that all people doesn't care even how they want to care for the will or teaching of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim or Grand Shaykh. If they are not keeping the teaching of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and prophets, and keeping the teaching of Allah Almighty, and doing by it, only they are doing according what their egos and their limit mind ordering them to do. they are doing by it. Things which is fit for them from the teaching, they will take it. Things which is not fit for them, they will refuse it. And you cannot refuse one letter of the Holy Quran, cannot refuse one letter of the Hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, cannot also one letter of teaching of awliyaullah, of saints, of Ranshi or Mawlana Sheikh. You must follow it by all means, or otherwise you will be a loser. Don't be a loser, be a winner, a successor, to have goodness and happiness in this life, in the grave, and in the other life, and Allah to be Almighty to be pleased from you, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the awliya. Keep the will of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim and follow, if you want, the Naqshbandi way and the line of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim, all of you, and be with you. Follow Sheikh Muhammad and the son of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim's successor, and follow the teaching of Mawlana Sheikh Nazim, and support Sheikh Muhammad instead to fight like this, and he doesn't know what to do between both campaign, because same family. May Allah forgive us and mercy us. إلى شواق النبي سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وآله وصحبه. حضرة أستاذنا وأستاذ الصديقون لله تعالى الفاتحة.
آمين.